People who work for the super wealthy. What stuff have you seen? I was a private chef for this hedge fund family in Greenwich, making $22 an hour, cooking 3 meals a day, 6 days a week. 4 kids under 12. Both parents worked insane hours in Manhattan, gone by 5:30 a.m., never home before 9 p.m. I'd been there about 9 months when the husband started doing something really strange. Every Tuesday and Thursday, he'd come home at exactly 3 p.m. instead of his normal time. He'd walk right past me in the kitchen, go straight to his home office, and lock the door. He'd stay in there for 3, sometimes 4 hours. Wouldn't come out until dinner. His wife had zero clue because she was still at work those afternoons. At first, I figured maybe international calls or private meetings. Rich people do weird stuff. Music. This pattern went on for 6 straight weeks. Then one Thursday in June, I'm in the kitchen chopping vegetables and hear this screaming from his office. Not angry, excited. Yes, I finally did it. I'm thinking he just closed some massive deal. 10 minutes later, he walks in, still wearing his work suit that costs $2,800, but he's got white powder everywhere. All over his sleeves, his tie, flour. He looks at me grinning. You can't tell my wife. Promise me right now. He pulls out his phone, shows me a photo of the most perfect croissant I've ever seen. Golden brown, flaky layers, looked professional. I've been teaching myself to bake for 3 music months. This is my first successful laminated dough. I actually laughed because I thought he was joking. He was dead serious. He took me to this storage room behind his office I'd never been in. He opened the door and I couldn't believe it. Complete professional bakery. Stand mixer probably $900. Marble countertop. Commercial oven maybe $3,500. Shelves stacked with French baking books. He'd been sneaking home twice a week to practice baking in secret. He made me swear not to tell his wife. Over the next few weeks, he showed me everything. Sourdough starters he maintained like pets. Chocolate babka, music, with perfect spirals. Macarons and 15 colors. This managed over $2 billion in assets and spent his time perfecting bread recipes like his life depended on it. One afternoon while showing me his 5th attempt at brioches, I asked why all the secrecy. He got quiet. When I was 11, I told my dad I wanted to be a baker. He was old school Wall Street. Said baking was for women. That I'd never make real money doing that. So, I went into finance to prove him wrong. Made partner at 34. Built this whole life. But I never stopped thinking about baking. Not once in 25 years. Then he said something that floored me. I'm retiring at 50. That's 18 months away. I put $200,000 down on a commercial space on Greenwich Avenue. Opening a real bakery. My wife doesn't know yet. I just stared. This guy was music. Worth $40 million and wanted to wake up at 4 a.m. to bake bread for strangers. 3 months later, his wife came home early Thursday. Never happened in 2 years. I was in the kitchen when I heard her voice. Honey, what is this? I walked over. She was standing in the doorway of his secret bakery, staring. He was covered in flour, pulling something from the oven, looking caught. I thought she'd lose it. She started crying instead. Happy crying. I thought you were having an affair. You've been so secretive for months. He looked terrified. You're not mad about the bakery? She wiped her eyes. Mad. You're following a dream since you were a kid. This is the first time I've seen you genuinely happy in 10 years. 2 weeks later, he called me into his office. Asked if I wanted to run the food program at his bakery. Not baking. Cooking. Bakery cafe concept. Pastries in the morning. Lunch during the day. $68,000 a year plus benefits and 3% of profits. I gave notice that day. The bakery opened last April on Greenwich Avenue. He works 14 a.m. to noon baking everything from scratch. I handle lunch and dinner. His wife quit her finance job, was making $340,000 a year. She invested $150,000 of her own money to become a partner. Runs the business side now. We have a 6-week wait for weekend brunch. $32 per person. Booked solid every weekend. On opening day, his dad showed up unannounced. 80 years old, former investment banker, still wearing a suit on Saturday. Didn't say anything to his son. Just sat down, ordered a croissant and coffee. I watched from the kitchen as he took a bite. He chewed slowly, put it down, stared at his son behind the counter for 30 seconds, just stared, then stood up, walked to the register. I was completely wrong about you. This is perfect. His son started crying right there in front of 40 customers on opening day. That night after closing, I saw him printing something at the register. The receipt from his dad's order. 1 croissant, 1 coffee, $850 total. He got it framed the next day. It's been hanging behind the register for 8 months now.